here at the Thompson Bay community, Dokoti to be specific, closer to the sea, to assess the possible vulnerability and the impact of climate change on the community, flooding to be specific. I am Eva Boyme Ijabati.
And I am Francis Shami.
And I am Esther Bintu Fode.
I am Sakayama James.
I'm Shinkunatu M2.
I'm Shiku Vandibeke.
Leone has a population of about 7.98 million people, while Freetown has a population about 1,202,000 people, and the Thompson Bay community, to be specific, Dokoti has a population above 5,000 people. Initially, this community was a mangrove swamp, but due to infrastructural development, the landform has been changed.
Thompson Bay is found in the western part of Freetown, the capital of Sierra Leone. It has been identified as a Ramsar site. Ramsar was a convention that was held to protect wetlands. Thompson Bay was embedded with lots of mangroves. Mangroves are plantations that act as sea defense against sea level rise change, flooding within the area, protect the marine lives. The fish stock are using the mangrove as their breeding ground. However, people have encroached into the Ramsar site, depleting the mangroves, using it as firewood or for other purposes. So, as a result, this community is vulnerable to the effects of climate change.
For bringing people in together as a community, or community in a different set of people with different attitude, so as to achieve and for always solve issues there, disputes there.
Climate change means the usual condition of the temperature, humidity, atmospheric pressure, wind, rainfall, and other meteorological elements in an area of the Earth's surface for a long time. In simple terms, climate is the average condition for about 30 years.
But the livelihood now is very poor. The first and foremost thing, job the young man they actually is trained in this community. So all it waiting we will calm them down, like the one they waking day panel music, go play ball, then from they go na beach go draw chain. So like unless the one they were fortunate for him to get good outside and come out.
Why is a place like this more vulnerable? The whole area is a slum, and it's found on the coastline or low-lying sea area, and when there is sea level rise change, it will definitely affect them. Drainages constructed to manage flooding are being used for dump site, and as a result, garbage will cause blockage and give rise to flooding that will cause damage.
Where I'm presently standing was initially a stream, but because of the construction of the Leone road, the water pressure became so high, and so the community thought it fit to expand the width and give it a retaining wall with a height of approximately 10 feet. So now it's serving as a drainage in order to minimize the flood rate.
We are on the other side of the area and we are looking on the impact of climate change upon this community, and we are looking at the vulnerability also. How climate change is affecting the surrounding and the inhabitants of this community. And due to the deposition of waste, wherein this waste can also serve as a breeding for mosquitoes and other dangerous things.
No shade from trees, so there is increase in heat waves due to temperature rise, and people open windows especially in the night, and that causes them to be more exposed to other public health issues.
We the mosquito they don't pass na mosquito go with lights, so moon and that's
the houses are clustered, and when there is fire outbreak, there is a potential for massive disaster. What are the causes of climate change? Since the 1800s, countries were trying to develop, and we've seen the emergence of industrialization. However, globally, because of the emission of industrial gases into the atmosphere, specifically the stratosphere, and has caused major effect of climate system. that has led to the changes in the earth. Use of energy from fossil fuel has led to the contribution of these emissions. Domestically in our country, Sierra Leone, we use charcoal as a source of energy. Gases like CO2, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, HFCs, and other methane gases from dump sites and dustbins are all contributing factors to the impact of climate change in our situation. What are the common effects of climate change in our country? Landslide, August 14, 2017 claims over 1,000 lives. Sea level rise, which causes the low availability of fish. Most fishermen cannot go for their livelihood. Mudslide, we can look at water dams and the effect they cause. Flash floods, looking at the bay areas, like the bay communities. Farmers, low availability of crop yield. Also change in season pattern. The 6-month interval of rainy season and dry has changed significantly. Harmattan is not always at the right time that we should expect. Also, the heat waves has increased. We are getting more warmer, especially in the night. In 2014, the IPCC ranked Sierra Leone as the third most vulnerable country to face the worst impact of climate change. Although we are not a major contributor, but our response mechanism has to be strengthened to make sure that we become a resilient nation. Yet, a national adaptation plan is yet to be set up. However, government must involve. Even though there was a sudden need before, even in 1992, said we must come together to fight this emission. Sierra Leone is part of the least developing country group. We all came together and agreed on the Kyoto Protocol, in as much as to minimize emissions, and Sierra Leone was a signatory in 1995. The IPCC ranking that was done in 2014 after the periodic review is a scientific body which has issued out a report that we cannot meet the 1.5 threshold by 2030 from the Paris Accord. If we don't meet the 1.5 degrees centigrade, it is obvious that we will meet the 3 degrees, which will make us inhabitable as a nation. Again, our response mechanism has to be strengthened. Are the possible adaptation measures or response measures? 1. Increasing understanding of climate change, how best they can synchronize their indigenous understanding that to the scientific understanding. Afforestation is a key. They should see reason why they should protect the mangrove, the wetlands in the area, because those mangroves can protect them from flooding. See need for alternative livelihoods. Institute bylaws, because it has been a norm for every year that people will do anything and go scot-free. Shareholder consultation and agreement is very key in mangrove governance.
Like the cooperative, as I said, I would like them to have a better toilet facility because they are using the drainage system to use as a toilet facility.
As a pharmacist and an environmental student, our resolutions for the impact on climate change in this community is I would like government to build a better health facility for the Thompson Bay community in case of any outbreak of diseases.
As we can see, this environment is a slum area, and because of the infrastructural development, we have an estimated population of 3,000 people. And if you see you can eradicate the people away from the slum, will be wrong. So instead of moving the people away from the slum, we move the slum away from the people. Because they are prone to flooding, I would suggest we improve the infrastructural facilities to a more suitable one that can resist flooding.
Based on our findings, I recommend that there are recreational centers in this place because we've been told by the chief that initially they were doing sand mining, but due to the intervention of the government and other organizations, they've asked them to stop doing the mining.
Due to our findings, I am able to recommend that if people here in this community will be sensitized about the effect of dumping waste into the sea and dumping waste into water places, I believe that it will help them even to keep them and secure them from all sorts of diseases.